Just finished recording another banger episode. This one was all about content creation, creator economy, all of that. Brought along Aditya Sawant. He's another aspiring content creator who posts very regularly on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. So you guys should definitely check him out. This was genuinely just two guys who are deeply into content creation, having conversations about content creation, and two guys who are passionate about this field, just discussing lots of things and diving deep into how you can be successful in content creation. I won't say much. A very good episode filled with lots of insights, I believe, for someone who wants to get into this. um, Again, apologies, there was a slight quality reduction in my video, but that'll get fixed for the next one. I won't say much again. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy another beautiful episode. Adi, thank you for
Hi.
coming, bro.
Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
been a
Thanks.
pleasure. I can't wait to get started with this podcast. I know that we're gonna have a great conversation because it's
Definitely.
something that is in my interest, content creation, and we're gonna have a great conversation. Um, I started this journey where a year ago, a year and a half ago. When did you start this journey?
Actually, I started my content, like love for my content creation, when I was in 10th standard. I used to create
Okay.
videos, but I never used to post it because I was too shy for that. And then I started
Yeah.
working in agency and all that. But as a like my content, I started posting it for like last 3 months.
Okay. So why do you think you were like hesitant on posting it? Just because you were shy,
Yeah, like
or
my
was it
editing
more
was
like
not good. I was too shy.
okay?
I was thinking like people will judge me.
Correct. Correct. I think that's a
Yeah,
common problem that a lot of
yeah,
people face, right? Yeah. Uh, if like this age, this year and a half, content creation has become really big. I would credit that to a few people. I think Ranveer Alabadia, Tanmay Bhatt, all because of these guys that have blown up, people have sort of started realizing how much money there is to be made. Because I feel that the underlying truth is that people want to get into the industry where there's a lot of money, and content
definitely.
creation comes with a lot of money and fame.
Sure.
And that has convinced a lot of people to start getting into it. There's one podcast of Nikhil Kamath. It's called WTF, and it talks about content creator economy. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's actually it's one of the famous. I mean, I think we all should only watch that podcast and none other than.
Absolutely, bro. Seriously, I think that is the best video to understand what content creation is on a deeper level and how to start content creation. Like,
Yeah,
wo video, he's rounded it very well in terms of he's covered every aspect of it, right? He
yeah.
called some very knowledgeable people. He called Nas Daily, he called
Tanmay
Tanmay
Bhatt,
Bhatt, and
Ranveer
Veer.
Alabadia, and Prajakta Kohli.
So I think that was, all of them are very like knowledgeable, and the things that they shared in this video I would recommend to any aspiring content creator to start, right? Agreed.
Definitely. I have watched it twice. First time I was just listening to it, but then I thought,
Yeah.
oh, this is so valuable that I need to get notes. So I was listening it to again and I was writing my notes on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. uh does that help whenever we consume content? I've seen some people write things down, but personally I don't writing things down. I just like to remember, like I keep it in my head. I'm not a
Okay.
big believer in writing things down. Why do you think
Okay.
writing things down helps you?
So I feel you should be really, intentional about what you are consuming and what are the type of videos that you are watching. There are few videos that we watch just for entertainment, and there are few videos that we watch for to gain some knowledge. But to differentiate in that entertainment and knowledge videos, we have to note down few things that understood from the videos that we are watching for, just to gain knowledge. And ultimately it helps to recall when you read those, because when if you try to go back there again on a video to recall what was the
Yeah.
point of that video, you end up scrolling more, you end up wasting RR2. So I feel like I have a very less attention span. So
Okay.
I definitely know that I'm going to watch more 5 videos. So to avoid that, I try to write everything down, and that helps me to save some time, get some knowledge.
Attention span has reduced a lot. Like this generation, especially, attention span has reduced drastically, bro. That those dopamine hits that we're getting on a constant every day, I think
Yeah,
that's really reduced the attention span, and that's a bad thing.
actually, but attention span, like people are saying, attention span, that means your ability to consume content has reduced. But actually, my opinion is it's not true, because you are
Okay.
anyways binge watching Friends for 18th 20th time non-stop. But when it comes to consuming something valuable, you are like, okay, 10 minutes in that
10
video
minutes
and you
and
are
then you want
done.
to take a break. Yeah.
बहुत हो गया अभी, let me scroll reels for 5 minutes.
Why do you think that happens? Is it just because it's just harder for our brains to take in knowledge? Because when you're watching Friends, you don't need to take in any knowledge, right? It's just you're
Right.
laughing. That's it.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
watching Friends is making us feel good about, हाँ यार इनकी भी लाइफ थोड़ी सी हाँ normally है. But when we are
Okay.
watching something informational, there is a reality check that is going on in our head. Yeah, I wasted a time today. I wasted my productivity time to consume Netflix series and all.
Huh.
So
Okay.
that is
Okay.
something very hard to digest, and we just try to run away from that.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think content creation is for everyone? In the sense that if a person is just a normal engineer, like he has the most common life, do you think
Right.
he also can make content? And I have my thoughts on this, but I would like to get yours.
Like I would love to hear your first, because like
Okay. Okay. So I believe that in this age, especially short form content, and I'm specifically short form content, it is literally for everyone.
right,
Kyuki, bro, when there's an engineer, when there's a doctor that's recording content, he's just documenting his life. It can be the most common things. There's a sense of relatability that other doctors around him, other engineers around him, that they feel it. They feel that sense of relatability, and they start connecting to
definitely.
him. And I feel that that one word, relatability, it's a huge word, and that is why the reel gets viral. Like
Right,
I feel like if you're seeing Instagram reels right now, look at the type of content that's going viral. It's very normal. Like there's no high camera production, nothing. A
Li-
phone, there's just a phone, and he's recorded a few lines and he's added some background music. That's it, and that is getting millions of plays.
right,
And I think the underlying fact is it's just because of relatability. People are finally able to relate to what he's saying, and that's why they're liking it. That's why they're sharing it.
right,
So
right,
anybody
right.
can become a content creator. Anybody can become a content. Literally anybody. No matter what you do, if you're
Definitely.
alive, I think you should get into content creation.
So my take on this is, if you are really comfortable and if you really want to do that, you should. But there is a agenda going on internet that saying, you have to have create content to succeed in life. I
Yeah,
guess
there
that
is.
is not true, because if you want to
Okay.
work in a creator economy, you can work as a content writer, graphic designer, editor,
Absolutely.
anything. But not necessary. They are nahi jam raha hai, fir bhi I'm getting into it because I have to. If you're loving it,
Yeah.
then you should definitely get into it. Like there are few videos, few vloggers who are just recording, like you said, they are just recording and they are showing their how the day is going without even a voiceover. But still people like to see that because they are genuinely loving to showcase their journey.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there are few
Okay.
videos, or there are few creators who are doing it just for sake of doing it, and
Yeah.
to be relevant about content creation. And I feel that is toxic.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Uh, you said that it's not for everybody, in the sense that if you're not really enjoying it, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah,
And that I agree
yeah,
with. That I agree with. But what I was saying is that I think everyone should at least try to
yeah,
do it,
yeah,
because it
definitely.
has such a Dumna Madan said this on my podcast. It has such asymmetrical returns. So
Yeah,
I mean, obviously you should try, but if it's not something that you're not enjoying, obviously you don't need to do it. Correct.
definitely. And it literally gives an unfair advantage. Like I
Yeah.
have only 500 followers on Instagram,
Yeah.
and 700 followers on LinkedIn. But
Hmm.
still, whenever I go to different places, if I'm meeting a friend who I haven't catched up with him for a long time, the first reaction he will give is, "यार तेरा content सही चल रहा है." So
Hmm.
it's about, how they are reacting to your content. It gives a very good feeling ki, yeah, we are doing something good today.
Validation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You spoke a little bit about platforms, right? YouTube,
Right.
LinkedIn, all of that. Where is the virality at, according to you?
LinkedIn is still
Okay.
a great platform to grow organically. Like, people are willing to message you, like reply to your messages. You can connect, you can get a awesome feedback on your thing, whatever you're doing. It might be a project, it might be a startup, it might be a your content creation journey. uh yeah, so LinkedIn has worked best for me.
Okay.
And like,
Okay.
people who want to start and don't have their equipments like aligned, they don't have good camera, they don't have good speaking ability, they should really start on LinkedIn, because like, you
Okay.
can learn a lot just by reading.
Okay. How do you is there a set formula on how posting on LinkedIn works? If anyone watching doesn't really haven't hasn't seen content on LinkedIn, I would say that LinkedIn primarily there's short form content on LinkedIn, right? That's something new that I've seen.
Right. Right.
Is there?
So
Just a quick one.
recently LinkedIn, updated a new feature where there is a video section just like Reels. So,
Acha.
and I observed people are posting random shit on, LinkedIn, and still getting so much of, video likes and comments, everything that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like every platform, if Instagram is releasing a feature, then that particular feature, if you are using that particular feature, you are going to get, some views, some virality as such. Like, I tried creating content, like posting videos on LinkedIn, and they are working surprisingly well.
Okay. Okay. What type of may I ask what type of content that you're posting on LinkedIn? Is it just educational stuff?
uh, I I use LinkedIn as my journal sometimes, whatever,
Okay.
because I feel showing too much of perfection on any platform will reduce your validation, because nobody is perfect. The people
Agreed.
who are showing I'm perfect on Instagram or social media are actually doing nothing on in their personal life. So
Yeah.
I like to share my wins, I like to share my thoughts, I like to share what I did wrong in my journey. I like to share everything that is going on about my career. Obviously, like, I don't post about friends and family wala stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
but whatever that is going professionally, whatever I'm learning, I like to use it as a journal.
Exactly. And when you do that, again, we come back to the point of relatability, right? When you post your mistakes and when you post your imperfection, a lot of people relate to it and say, yeah, I've had similar experiences. So
Definitely.
I like this guy. And then they tune in to start following you. I think that's where the funnel is created, right? Yeah.
Definitely.
Uh there's this new sort of trend. Are you familiar with this business models that have been going around over the years? Online business started 2020 COVID mean there was this huge wave of you can make a lot of money online, and then
Definitely.
it sort of started to marketing agencies, right? The Iman Gadzis, all these guys started promoting marketing agencies, and then
Definitely.
now I think this is the wave of content. Ranveer Alabadi also said this. This is the wave of content creation. Everybody will promote. Everybody's already promoting content creation, and there'll be a lot of new content creators coming up in the future. And then
Right.
that comes down to, I think, the underlying fact why someone should start content creation is because once they build an audience of their own, it becomes so much more easier to monetize and sell them a product because there's already a sense of trust and authenticity,
Right.
right?
Right. So
Tell
i
me your
i
thoughts.
feel, if you really have something great, like if your product is great, you will end up selling it to the right people. But like there are few creators who genuinely have good content and good agency. I'm a big admirer of Y Saksham. Like his account's name is Y Saksham, and
Okay.
he creates such a valuable content in very realistic way
Where
possible.
does he create content?
Instagram,
Okay.
and he owns an agency as well. So
Okay. Okay.
he owns an agency. He creates content about how to create content, and it
Hmm.
is so much valuable that you can just watch few reels. And like he also creates content on YouTube as well, but I mostly consume his content on Instagram. And you can get such a realistic approach towards content creation and agency building at the same time. And there are
Okay.
few creators who are just promoting their agency and running behind the completing the challenge money, and 10K per month, 50K per month. But the reality is they are not really serving good the clients they are getting, and
Yeah.
eventually their agency dies because there is no scope of expanding.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
So, I
so
mean, obviously, right? Yeah, I was uh, watching a podcast of Raj Shamani, and this is not related to content creation, but he said that you should never sell the product, you should always sell the idea. So,
yeah,
I think that applies very well in content creation also. Whenever you don't directly sell a product, you sell yourself, you sell your personal brand. And once that is created, I think your product will automatically be sold if you're associated with it.
definitely. Like if
Yeah.
you are putting up a story saying, you know go to this website and get 10% off, there are very less chances that people will go and actually buy it. Yeah, if
Yeah.
the product is
Yeah.
trending so much in trend, then they will buy. But if there is a random story on a Wednesday afternoon, then there are no chances that people will go and buy. But if that story or that product is related to your niche and you are just promoting it like, hey, this is a very
Yeah.
great product, without even putting any discount code and all, but still that product might boost because audience is relating to your intensity about using
Yeah.
the product.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel that this audience also has become very smart nowadays. In the
Right,
sense of they understand when a creator is trying to sell them something purely for the motive of selling, and when the creator is trying to actually build an influence and build a community and trying to provide them value. And I think there's a
definitely.
very thin line between selling and providing value. And once someone cracks that, is when someone will blow up. Do you agree?
Actually, I guess Tech Burner have figured out that line. His
Yeah.
every product, every website, like people love to watch that because he shows his journey on his YouTube channel, right? Like how they are
Mhm.
building, how they are putting effort to create that product, how they are putting effort to improve that product.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's so much r- about relatability only. Like there is no another way of selling.
Correct. I want to talk about we had this conversation a few days ago,
Yeah,
the dark side of content creation.
yeah,
Uh, right now, all this time we've just been speaking about the positive aspects. Oh, you'll blow up, you'll find fame, all that. But it's a very, very hard thing. Probably one of the hardest things to do is create content because one consistency, according to me, one consistency very hard. Number two, finding ideas, and number three, there's just inertia. There's you just sort of become lazy to produce. Once you don't see the result, you sort of become lazy.
yeah, yeah.
What are your thoughts on
So
this?
like sometimes it takes 3 hours to edit a reel because
Mm,
first I'm not able to find good music, second I'm not able to find good clips, third
mm,
uh, the video that I had shot is not the way I want. So and after putting so much of work, 3.5 hours, when we get 500 views, 800 views, the motivation drops so much. And I guess
correct.
this perception was created by theme pages. There are a few theme pages about creating content, making money. They just thing, they just show you a ideal world or a picture where they say just you just have to post for 30 days and you are going to get everything that you want.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you post for first 10 days and you don't see any results, you start losing hope about, यार 30 days में क्या ही होने वाला है. Like, if I am still getting
Correct.
500 views, 800 views, sometimes 1,000 views, how I am going to reach to the 10k followers wala mark? And eventually you drop it. Like, I have done that so for so
Yeah.
many times.
Likewise.
And
Yeah.
and now I have realized, no, this is not how it works. When I worked in the agency, then I got to know ki you just have to post it. Be consistent
Correct.
on your game. Be, trust yourself about what are you creating, and just do it for longest time you can.
Yeah. And everybody who has this ideology, if there's a young kid who has this ideology of, oh, kya hi hoega 30 din mein, 30 days mein, I would just simply show him the compounding ka graph. That it goes like
Right.
this, like this, like this, and then it goes like that. It
It
does
goes
not,
up.
it's not linearly increasing. It's like this.
Definitely.
So obviously, your 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 years might get wasted, but when it clicks, it will click, and then then it'll all be worth it. Is what I would tell him.
Yep. And like there are creators who literally gets results in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days.
Yeah.
But there
Agreed.
are still few creators who are creating content for 6 8 months, and they're still getting 5,000 followers, you know 2,000 views, and they haven't dropped their content quality, and they are real motivators than people who are getting followers.
Yeah, yeah. I remember there's a person. I don't know if you've heard of him. His channel name was called Flying Start. Yeah, aisa kuch.
Okay.
So he used to create videos. He's been creating, and he made a video about this. That he has been creating content for 3 4 years consistently, and he has around what, if he was creating on for 3 4 years, you would expect someone to have at least 80,000, 100,000 subscribers at least, but he has around 15 20,000 bus.
Oh,
And in that video he's just told that it doesn't matter, because I love the process of creating content, and as
yeah.
long as I love that process, I will keep doing it. So yeah, like right now I think he's very well respected in his industry. He does some buildathon ka series aisa kuch. He's also into marketing agencies, all that. You should check him out. So yeah,
Definitely.
that's one example of, I would say, some people it takes years. It takes years, but
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a hard game.
And there's a big persona around, making money online. Like there are hundreds of videos on YouTube, on Instagram, that you don't need any skill to make money, right? And you
Yeah,
can make 50,000 rupees in 30 days. But I feel
yeah,
that is most bullshit
absolutely
statement, because
correct.
you need something, like you need to learn how to write a message, you need to learn how to edit a video, you need to learn how algorithm works, and there is nothing that you will get without any skill. And
And
for that sake, like एक वीडियो देख के सबको लगता है कि या आई एम गोइंग टू गेट 50,000 in next 30 days, and they just start
yeah,
creating anything that they want.
and a huge reason why that is going viral, that thing that you talked about, is all these Western creators that have faked their way to success. They've, they keep showing off their. I'm sure everyone has seen those reels. They post their Lamborghini, they're going in
Yeah,
Dubai, enjoying their life. But the truth is that if they have done it, which I don't know, if they have worked for it, it would have taken years, and they would have had some
definitely.
skill that they had to develop. It's not just you watch one YouTube video and then you can change your entire net worth. It doesn't work like that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
So
creating content is, if creating content is was going to get Lamborghini, then I guess रणवीर के पास अभी तक 10 हो जाती.
exactly. Exactly. It's a long game. It's a very long
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Like he has
Um
been consistent on posting for 9 years. he haven't missed
Yeah.
any schedule. So that is so
Yeah.
amazing.
Correct. And the thing is that he's pivoted. Before he didn't do podcasts, he would do fitness videos, वो सब. And it's fine. I think people have this perception that you should stick to what you do. I think pivoting is okay to a point as long as you stay true to who you are. Again, you can't fake your
Yeah,
personality on the internet. I
yeah,
think again, as I said, the audiences become smart, so they understand when you're faking it when you're not.
definitely.
Yeah.
And like creating content is okay if you are having a team. Okay, like you can fake it for 1 year, but after 1 year you are going to get bored of that personality.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
show who you really are.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, how does one start content creation according to you? How does what is the best? Do you think quality matters? Because I definitely don't think when you're starting, quality matters.
Yeah, I also feel that, actually. Like, there was a video of Ali Abdal where he was talking about how to start creating content on YouTube. And there he said that you just have to start. You have to start with a decent camera and all. Like, I don't believe in waiting for iPhone,
Yeah.
or good
Yeah.
quality microphone or studio, but you should have decent roadmap in your mind, because there are very few people who can change their plans on the go without even getting distracted. But there are
Yeah.
people, like, I am a person who can't do that. I need to focus on myself, then I can get something out of it. I can just go and see, okay, let's go with the flow and see how it works.
So you believe in
So
planning?
yeah, I definitely believe in playing.
Okay. Uh,
Because I feel I always have this thing in my mind that maybe if I'm not going with the planning, and I might end up becoming a meme rather than becoming a creator.
yeah. Yeah. I think that fear is in everyone, right?
Yeah,
Everyone has that sort of, yeah, what if it doesn't happen? But yeah, I guess, I mean, we just have to find out, right? We just keep, again, just if you stay true to who you are, I think things will pave out for you.
definitely.
Uh, do you believe that short form content is the best way to start?
Yes, yes, because
Okay.
it's you don't have to spend too much time. Maybe to start with, you can just short few videos of yourself, short few videos of the nature around you, and put up a text, put up a music, and you can start with. So it's the best way to start, because there is no you know restrictions for it. You don't
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
everyone have the Instagram account. You just have to post it, write a good
Correct.
caption and post it. So yeah,
Correct.
definitely, if someone wants to try that, definitely they can start with short form.
Yeah. And the thing is, again, just if you're just relatable to people around you, I think the algorithm will do its thing. You just have to keep posting. That's all.
Yeah.
Uh, a very famous, I'm not able to recall who exactly said this, but uh, this very famous person said that right now, valuable content, that means content that has real value and education, is not being promoted at all. People would much rather watch a half an hour entertainment, like we spoke about Friends. People would much
Right,
rather watch half an hour of just pure comedy rather than half an hour of education that can really change their lives and upskill them.
right, right.
I just want to ask you, uh, do you see that changing in the future? Do you think that once people become accountable, they would be sort of almost be forced to learn and watch other switch content?
I feel there are very few people who can do that. Like, yeah,
Okay.
people are going to get forced to, create, change the content, change the style of creating content. But people who will still create the valuable content and still get the views will win in future, because the entertainment trend stays for 1 month, 2 month,
Yeah.
for extend 4 months.
Yeah.
But after that, the value really matters, because
Yeah.
after a point, everyone realizes, oh no, this is not something that I want to do, and this is not something that I should consume.
Okay. Uh,
So
what about from a watchers, like from an audience perspective? Do you think they would sort of start consuming valuable content in the future? From they
if
would switch.
like there are creators who are, actually telling the truth about internet, okay, and
Yeah.
now audience are getting that creating a personal brand, creating a, online presence is important, but it's also a hard part of your life, because you have to dedicate at least 2 hours each day. uh,
Yeah.
week में से 10-15 hours you have to give it to the content. And if वो करने के बाद भी देर आर नो गारंटी कि मिल ही
Yeah.
जाएगा, बट यू हैव
Yeah.
टू लाइक, एज वी स्पोक अबाउट द कंपाउंडिंग इफेक्ट. So
Yeah.
because of those creators, I guess audience are, getting into the real world and real perspective of creating content and consuming valuable content, rather than just an aspirational content where people are selling hopes rather than the actual information.
Correct. You spoke a little bit about key people are just watching content for value, right? Like people are
Right.
just enjoying the content, right? So according to you, these do you think these short form clips, right? You see a lot of short form content. Do you think if they sort of switch to being valuable, people would eventually start enjoying valuable content on a larger, like longer, valuable content as well?
Definitely. I feel
Yeah.
like there are there is a, metrics, I'll say, on Instagram. If your video is longer than 40 seconds or 45 seconds, and your follower count is below 1000 followers,
Hmm.
let's
Hmm.
say 2000 followers, your
Hmm.
reel is not going to work.
Okay.
Because
I didn't know this.
first,
Okay.
yeah, like, I have observed this so much, and there is a reason. Like, there is no algorithm thing here. There is a reason, because you still haven't created that validation, but you have to keep creating that sort of videos, even if you are getting low views, because then only people will start trusting you, that okay, this man is creating content on a larger form for a very long time,
Yeah. Okay.
and eventually it's going to work. Like, mm, Ali Abdal's videos are more than 1 minute.
Yeah.
Reels, I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
reels. His
Yeah.
reels are always more, one, his length is 1 minute, 1 minute 15 seconds. If you know Ishan Sharma's reels are also
Yeah.
1 minute videos, and they still end up getting likes, views, comments, everything, because they are, creating content and creating value for longest time. When they
Yeah.
had no followers, then also they were creating value and putting up the effort that they are putting now.
Yeah. I just want to come back to the point you said about when you spend so much time and still see no value, still see no results. How does one person, how does one person still have that motivate, keep that motivation to post consistently? What would you suggest him or her?
I, I'll suggest what is working for me. And that is
Okay.
honestly talking with good folks in the industry. I talk a lot about content creation with my content creator friends. What are they doing?
Mm,
What are
mm.
the things that we should do? Because we all are being in a same place. We all are in a
Yeah.
same mindset where we are creating content, but there are some results. सबको रिजल्ट्स नहीं आते. लाइक, कुछ लोगों को रिजल्ट्स आ रहे हैं, कुछ लोगों को नहीं आ रहे हैं. सो टॉकिंग टू अ फ्रेंड, talking to a mentor,
Yeah.
might help, might always help. Like, I talk to the agency founder I used to work with, like in an agency. So मैं उसके साथ भी बात कर लेता हूँ कि uh, ये क्या करूँ मैं, it's not working. So, and these people, especially these people who believe in you, they will always motivate you ki no, you will do it. So instead of
Okay.
getting motivation from reels, scrolling reels,
Yeah.
you should maybe go
Yeah.
and talk to people, because people are still available for you.
Yeah. Okay. So then networking works for you.
Yeah,
How do
we can
you?
say that.
How does a person initially starting off find a good group of people? What are some platforms that they should use?
Oh, that is the hardest part, actually. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I'll tell you in a very simple manner. Like there is only one thing that you have to do, and that is sending a message. Okay, you don't
Hmm.
have to overthink about it. Internet have
Hmm.
told you about, you have to send this message at this time. Like there is a guy who talks about networking on YouTube,
Hmm.
and he have complicated the thing networking so much
Yeah.
that he says you have to message a founder only when he is posting. Matlab, if he is posting on a LinkedIn right now, and then you should message him, because it's more likely, like it's more likely
That she
you
will
to get a
respond.
reply. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he is posting it right now. But I don't think that, because he's a busy guy. He might have a
Yeah.
manager also. You don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
what is his operational level. So
Yeah.
just sending a message, and sending a good message is important. If you're just sending hi or hey, no one is going to reply you, because he's not your friend.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Okay.
maybe you don't need a big context as well. Like I see people sending, no, hey, I am doing this, like introduction and all that stuff.
It's
But
very
I
big.
feel,
Yeah.
yeah, that is also not important. Whatever you want to do, just appreciate the first liner. First line should be your appreciation about his work or something personal, and you should directly get to the point.
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
and there
Yeah.
are people who are going to reply you, and there are
Yeah.
also going to people who will not reply you, but that's fine, because that is how talking to online people works.
Yeah. Yeah. Genuine compliments. We spoke about this. Genuine compliments always works as a first liner, and
Yeah,
then just sort of don't waste his time and beat around the bush. Just get to the point of what you want from this
definitely.
collaboration.
And
Yeah.
gym networking is also a very underrated thing. I
Okay.
have met
Explain.
a lot of people in my gym who are
Okay.
doing some pretty amazing stuff. Like
Interesting.
uh, and you can just go to them, say hi, you can ask them what do you do, you can tell about
Hmm.
yourself, and everyone is ready for a 5-minute conversation.
Correct.
There is
Correct.
like no one is busy the in the world that they can't even spare 5 minutes. They might first time they might just say hi, okay, let's j- just hi hello,
Yeah.
utna hi ho jayega. But after 2 or 3 days, if you are approaching them again, they might end up having a conversation with you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Very interesting. I never thought of using the gym like this. But okay. Uh, okay. So we've almost come to the end of it. Do you have any final motivation, a few words that you could say to aspiring or ambitious content creators? I mean, we're also ambitious and aspiring,
yeah.
but
I was going to say that only. Like we are
yeah,
also ambitious, so I don't think we should be the one who should give a motivation. But I just
yeah,
feel
but yeah. Okay.
it's a long run. Always like
Correct.
all the creator friends or people who I have spoke with, they have always said this one thing, that this is not a sprint, this is a marathon, and you have to run till the end. So keep your pace according to your comfort zone. Like you
Yeah.
have to break your comfort zone with trying the things, uh, the things that you don't do, or that you haven't tried. But you also have to keep your pace according to what is working to you, what is working for you,
Okay.
because
Okay.
everyone's pace is going to be different, everyone's mindset is going to be different. And if you are trying to match someone, else's, system working style, then you might end up burning out, and that will, you know cost you 10 days to recover.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a thank you so much for coming again.
Oh man,
And
that was my
we
pleasure.
had a call 48 hours before, and we just spoke. It was pretty sudden, but
Yeah,
again, respect to you for accepting and giving me the opportunity to host you. This definitely not the last time we're doing this. I want to talk to you a lot more about about many other things.
yeah,
And yeah, man, I wish you all the best for your journey as well. Hopefully, both of us can collaborate after being successful, and then we can sort of look back at this
definitely.
podcast and say, look where we came from, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, Adi. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Mithil, for hosting me. It was lovely talking to you.
Yeah.